Hello, welcome to the Bloody Brilliant Speaker. My name is Nikki Dean and this is my passion project, my baby. It's been born out of 20 years experience as a professional presenter, which is first and foremost what I am and what I still do every week. I have condensed all of my learnings into a 6-part system, the Bloody Brilliant Speaker Framework, which stands for belief, language, originality, ownership, delivery, and last but not least, your impact. Thinking about what you want audiences, when we say audiences, it can be one other person, but the other person listening to your message, what you want them to take away, what you want them to feel, think, and do. So many people overlook that last step. And the reason that I've packaged it in this way is I get lots of people when I'm hosting an event say, Nick, can you help me? Can you coach me? I'm terrified on stage and you just look like you're going up there and talking to your friends, which is the biggest compliment that I could ever have. Of course, I am professional when I'm at work, but I do want to create that environment whereby you feel like you're getting Nick that talks to her friends, and you very much do. It's really difficult to do though, and it took me a very long time. I was a very nervous public speaker. 20, probably less than that, because actually the first few years of my career I avoided doing what I saw as public speaking, which was on a stage. And the reasons for that is probably similar to you if you're here on this page looking at this, is no one teaches you how to speak properly. We speak every day. You might have had a few lessons at school, perhaps you're on the debating committee or you had to do a presentation at the end of year, whatever it might be, but who actually taught you how to speak properly? And more than that, who actually went right back to the beginning and worked on your belief and your mindset and gave you the tools to actually craft a really effective message? Probably nobody. So I get a variety of people who've never had any help at all, or occasionally this can be worse. They might have worked with other coaches who've gone right to step 5 of my system and said, right, this is how you're effective on stage. They haven't looked at what you've written. They haven't given you any input. They haven't worked on, okay, these words are great, but do you believe them? What are you telling yourself in your head? Techniques and tips to calm yourself down in the moment. What's the ritual that you use before you go out? How do you plan and structure your talk? How do you know who's in the audience? What do you want them to do? They go straight to step 5, which is delivery, and they teach you how to breathe on stage and how to stand. That's fine, but not as step 1. So my system starts with belief, which is what you believe about yourself. And whatever's going on in here, I'm rubbish, I'm not a very good speaker. I can't stop thinking about that time in year 8 when I read out loud and all my words were jumbled and everyone laughed. Whatever is going on in here is going to show in your body language. It's going to show in the way that you deliver your lines or your talk or whatever it is, the point that you're making in a meeting, because you don't fully believe in yourself. So we work on that. And that is step 1. And then when we've got you feeling confident, fired up, then we look at the language that you use internally, the message that's going on in here, but also importantly, externally. So if you're saying what you've always said or copying what your boss has said or what somebody else in your department does, it doesn't feel great. Are you kind of squashing down those parts of you that make you you and really magnetic and people connect to you? And most people, if they're honest with themselves, will say yes. So you don't use colloquial words, little funny phrases that you might use with your friends, or your accent, you might even dumb that down. So we take a look at that in language. How are you using words? How are you showing up? Are they powerful? Are they descriptive? Do you use stories? If not, we change it all. Originality. Being you on stage. It's the most magical thing that you can be. We can all sniff an imposter out a mile off. It's not comfortable to watch, and also it makes you feel a bit ugh, and you can't deliver your lines properly and you don't have the same impact. We want connection. We want genuine humans. We want to see you. A bit of vulnerability, bit of warmth, bit of storytelling, bit of humor if it's appropriate. Ownership, feeling like you truly own that message. You believe every word that you're writing. You're not just there filling time or making up a word count. These are your words. This is your space. You own who you are, what you're saying, with a very clear plan. Delivery, of course, step 5, as I mentioned earlier. This is when we then get into delivery, but in a different way if you've worked with a coach before than probably how you've ever approached it. So that what you say is mirrored by what your body's doing, and using pauses and not being worried about tripping over your words, by the way. That is a huge part of this. We get rid of perfect. We're focused on connection. It doesn't matter if you forget your lines. If midway you go off, where was I? Admit it, call yourself out. There's nothing worse than people panicking on stage. You can feel their panic. And then the final step, as I said, is your impact. Thinking about what you want to happen after you've closed your mouth. What do you want them to think? What do you want them to feel? Do you want to inspire them? Do you want to change their opinion? Do you want them to buy something from you? What is it? And then how will you keep that momentum going beyond that moment? Super important, mostly overlooked by people. So that in a nutshell is who I am, what this is all about, and how you can gain benefit from it. If you'd like to work from me, we've got the one-to-one, as I say, the group academy, all the corporate workshops, and if you get in touch with any other inquiries, it's possible that I can design something for you as well. If you're after a speaker coach though that is down to earth, that is experienced in TV and on stage, that is like your best mate, she's going to cheer you on, she's going to pull you up when you're not doing it quite right, then I could be your girl. Textbook